Welcome back to this is Supreme Fuzzler, and welcome to Half-Life 2. We're doing the update version, just to get a little bit better graphics, and also just because some of the commentary is interesting, and I also haven't heard it all. I'm not sure how long this first episode's going to be, but let's dive in, guys. It's one of the best games ever. Yeah, that. One of the best games ever. I've also never done it with
Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Not that I wish to imply you have been sleeping on the job. No one is more deserving of a rest, and all the effort in the world would have gone to waste until...
Black base,
well,
as you're showing me.
Let's just say your hour has come again. The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. So wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
Got it, sir. You got it.
I didn't see you get on.
Oh, really? I didn't see you get on.
For my third transfer this year.
This sucks for you. Fuck out of my way, I'm gonna talk to them. What?
No matter how many times I've been relocated, I never get used to it.
Oh. That sucks. Anything else? No? Dope. This game's amazing, guys. Like, just like Half-Life 1.
End of the line.
Yeah, oh god, no! Oh.
Welcome. Welcome to City
So
17. You have chosen or been chosen to relocate to one
Huh.
of our finest remaining urban centers. I thought so much of City 17 that I elected to establish my administration here.
One moment, guys. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. I had to turn on subtitles, but also...
Well, end of the line.
I know, we're gonna get flashed again. Bam.
Welcome.
Sorry,
Welcome
guys.
to City
Anyways,
17.
the reason I wanted
You
to
have
go...
chosen
We opted to label this as a community commentary, as opposed to developer commentary, for several reasons. First,
Oh, excuse me. I know, okay, so yeah,
I thought
commentaries
so
is
much
for
of
communities and
City
developers.
17 that I elected to establish my administration here in the citadel so thoughtfully provided by our benefactors.
Our benefactor.
This
I've been
train
proud
station
to
is our
call
first
City
introduction to
17
City
my
17 and the world of Half-Life
So,
2.
whether you are
One
here
moment,
to
guys.
stay or passing through on your way to parts unknown,
What?
welcome
Oh,
to City 17. It's safer here.
is it? Deeper.
This train station is our first introduction to City 17 and the world of Half-Life 2. Valve's level designers had to carefully craft every aspect of this scene to convey its oppressive atmosphere. This sort of environmental storytelling was something that Valve pioneered back in the days of Half-Life 1, and it allowed them to flesh out a setting without ever taking control away from the player. One advantage of Half-Life 2's approach when compared to Half-Life 1's opening train ride sequence is that players can explore at their own pace and learn a lot of additional information by interacting with the characters. All of these techniques are key parts of maintaining the player's sense of immersion and are quite prevalent throughout the first few chapters of the game.
Okay. I don't know how many of those we're gonna listen to, because they are pretty long. Look off, you copper. But I do want to listen to this one, because it was interesting. It's something I didn't know for and think about for a while.
This first sighting of a Vortigaunt serves two purposes. It's a reminder of the events of Half-Life 1, and it's a sign of how the situation has changed since the Black Mesa incident.
Yeah.
A member of a race who was once a foe for the player
Welcome.
now complacently sweeps
Welcome
a
to
station
City
platform while a
17.
civil protection officer
You have
hovers
chosen
nearby.
or been chosen
The
to
Vortigaunt's
relocate
subservient
to one of our
posture and lack of
finest
hostility
remaining
towards
urban
the player is one of the first indications that the human and Vortigaunt races have met a similar fate.
Yeah, that was
This-
this was something that I just never thought about.
In the
Like, I
citadel
mean,
so
it's obvious
thoughtfully
once you play the game for a
provided
while, but
by our
like,
benefactors.
I never thought about it.
I've
the
been
only
proud
ones
to
on that
call
train?
City 17 my home.
Yeah, there's Just those
And
three.
so, whether you are here
Overwatch
to stay
stopped
or
our train in the woods and
passing
took
through
my
on your
husband
way
for
to parts
questioning.
unknown,
They said he'd be on the next train.
to City 17.
I'm not sure when that
It's
was.
safe.
That's bad.
They're being nice though, letting me wait for him.
That's... Oh, it sucks. What up, dude?
Don't drink the water.
Oh.
They put something in it to make you forget.
Oh.
I don't even remember how I got here.
Damn. This game is so amazing.
It's on, but they're always departing, but they never arrive. And the ones that do arrive, they never leave. You never see them go.
Welcome.
They're always full. No one.
Welcome
Alright.
to City 17.
Shut up,
You
Bree.
have chosen or been
I see they took
chosen
your
to
suitcase, too.
relocate to
They
one
can't
of
get
our
away with this
finest
much longer.
remaining urban centers. I thought so
working up the
much
nerve
of
to go
City
on.
17 that I elected to establish
Dr. Breen again?
my administration.
I was hoping
here.
I'd seen the last of him in City
the Citadel
14.
so
I
thoughtfully
wouldn't say that
provided
too
by
loud. This
our
is his
benefit.
base of operations.
I've been proud to call
It
City
is
17 my
amazing.
home. And so, whether you are here
See,
to
I've
stay,
heard these ones before.
passing
They're
through
interesting.
on
They're
your way
not
to parts unknown,
like
to City 17.
it's interesting because you know the game, not because you don't. Alright. No prospect? No. Fuck, dude. Where? Oh. Okay. You got a creepy voice. Alright.
This must be a mistake. I got a standard relocation coupon just like everybody else.
There is. Huh. What's up? Okay. On the chair? Sup? Alright.
I'm gonna need me some privacy for this.
Okay. No cameras.
About that beer I owed you.
Oh, shit.
It's me, Gordon. Barney from Black Mesa.
Oh.
Hey, sorry for the scare. I had to put on a show for the cameras.
See,
I've been working
if you watched
undercover
my
with
Black
civil
Mesa game,
protection. I can't take
you
too long or
might
they'll
kinda
get
know him 'cause we
suspicious.
talked about him in
I'm
the
way
game first
behind
game.
on my beating quota.
sadly, I never found the
Barney,
secret
what
Barney
is it?
thingy.
I'm in the middle of a critical test.
Sorry, Doc, but look who's here.
Great Scott! Gordon Freeman!
Silent hero.
Expected more warning.
Jump
yeah,
it
you
on
and me both, Doc.
everything.
He was about to board the express to Nova Prospect.
Yeah, no, why not?
Barney, what do you intend?
I'm
would
thinking,
say.
I'm thinking.
Alex is around here somewhere. She would have a better idea how to
Throw
get
that.
in here.
Oh, as long as he stays away from
Chair?
checkpoints,
No,
we
I
should
can't.
be okay.
Apparently
Listen, I gotta
cannot
go,
get a
Doc.
chair.
We're taking enough chances as it is.
Very well. And,
What?
Gordon, good to see you.
Oh,
Okay, Gordon.
See you.
You're gonna have to make your own way to Dr. Kleiner's lab.
Roger.
Oh, man, that's what I was afraid of. Get in here, Gordon, before you blow my cover.
I don't know how me escaping doesn't blow your cover.
Pile up some stuff to get through that window.
Yeah, I know how to.
Plaza. I'll meet up with you
Yeah,
later.
so E, picking up. Out loud. It's probably obvious, but I've already played this game before once in my life. A couple times in my life. Alright. I think we're gonna listen to this one. Before
The
he
infamous
starts.
pick up that can segment serves a dual purpose. It puts the player in the place of one of this world's downtrodden civilians, while also teaching the player how to interact with this world he or she is now a part of. As this was one of the first games to pioneer fully interactive physics-based worlds, players were shocked not only because they were asked to pick up the can, but because they could. Actions speak louder than...
Yeah. Nope. I'm outie. Ow. Ow. Whatever. Fuck you. Checkmate.
Thank you for that concern. Of course, your question touches on one of the basic biological impulses, with all its associated hopes and fears for the future of the species. I also detect some unspoken questions.
Yeah.
Do our benefactors really know what's best for us? What gives them the right to make this kind of decision for mankind?
What?
Will they ever deactivate the suppression field and let us breed again?
Breed?
Allow
Whoa.
me to address the anxieties
Can't.
underlying
No
your
babies.
concerns, rather than try to answer every possible question you might have left unvoiced. First, let us consider the fact that for the first time ever, as a species, immortality is in our reach.
Is it really?
This simple fact has far-reaching implications. It requires radical rethinking and revision of our genetic imperatives. It also requires planning and forethought that run into direct opposition to our neural presets. I find it helpful at times like these to
It's
remind
interesting to listen to
myself that
Freeman.
our true enemy is instinct.
He's so
Instinct
weird.
was our mother when we were an infant species. Instinct coddled us,
Yeah.
kept us safe.
But, oh. Okay. No. Oh, okay. Okay. Can't do anything about that. Oh, damn. And it's neat that the subtitles still have it, apparently here.
When designing Half-Life 2, the team at Valve decided on an Eastern European setting and wanted City 17 to appear to have grown naturally over time like most cities in Europe. To achieve this realistic look, they started by first designing the older buildings and then added in layers of newer and newer buildings from different eras. Finally, they added the Combine architecture, for example the barricades, catwalks, watchtowers, and of course the Citadel, to show that the Combine are now a part of the city's history.
Yeah. Ladder. Fall on the box again.
Several times throughout this commentary,
Yeah. That one's bad. This is cooler.
This is how it always starts. First the building, then the whole block.
Oh, shit.
They have no reason to come to our place. Don't worry, they'll find one.
Damn. Yeah. The dictatorial suppression and oppression. Wow. It's pretty intense. Can I? Yeah, see? Yeah. Yeah, no. See, Gordon, you gotta do it like this. Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Oh man. That's creepy. I'm done. Creepy. Creepy because I just remember there's no children. Bye. Wait. What happens if I try to go to them? No. I'm sorry. I'm leaving. Fuck. Just like Half-Life 1. Kind of a lot of loading screens, but they load fast.
In early versions of Half-Life 2, views of citizen life were restricted to minor window glimpses. The development team had plans for a rooftop segment, but had no existing designs for getting the player up there from the courtyards and
Essentially apartment buildings. It's really cool. Shit. I'm not here. What's up?
Of course, your question touches on one of the basic biological...
He's one of us.
Fuck that fucking TV.
I told you they'd be coming for us next.
Just this once, I hope you're wrong.
You hear that? It's bad. It's bad juju. Out. Fuck right. Yeah, I'm moving
I
along.
can't take it anymore.
Everything's gonna be okay.
What are we going to do?
Wait. No.
When is
No.
it all going to end?
Brain sucks.
Please.
That's right, I don't have a flashlight. It's not alright, dude.
These two citizens, who are known as the sad couple or
yeah?
the consoling couple, show up multiple times throughout the
they?
Half-Life 2 series to illustrate the emotional impact the Combine rule has on
remember
Earth's
them ever
enslaved
again.
population. Though their poses never change, their dialogue does, and it branches out into more direct exposition regarding the current events within the world. This shows the player how others react to their actions, creating the illusion that the game's world is far larger and more dynamic than the current map being played.
That is intriguing, because I kind of do remember the... Oh, God. I'm out.
Attention, residents.
Scary.
Miscounts detected in your block. Cooperation with your civil protection team.
Head for the roof.
Planet full
Oh, shit.
reward.
Uh-oh, that sounds bad.
Failure to cooperate will result in permanent off-world relocation.
Never get me.
Get in here, quick.
I'm going.
Keep moving.
Oops, I went too fast. Head for the roof, it said.
Up until this point, City 17 had only been viewed by the player from the ground level. This rooftop escape provides a clear bird's eye view of the city to greater establish the location that will become central to the rest of the game, with a nice sense of scale. The combined air and ground forces visibly mobilizing also offers the player a brief glimpse of the stronger foes that will be confronted directly later in the game.
Oh my! I thought I was gonna die first. Oh. Here we go. Screw you, thing. Oh, that happened. No!
Over here!
Right.
No, you don't!
That's right. Well, that sounded cool. Hello, Alex.
Dr. Freeman, I presume. You better hurry. The Combine can be slow to wake, but once they're up, you don't want to get in their way.
Okay.
Alex Vance is a character that is central to the Half-Life
Dr.
2
Kleiner said
saga.
you'd be coming this way. I don't think it occurred to him that you might not have a map.
I don't have a map. She's cute.
I'm Alex Vance. My father worked with you back in Black Mesa. I'm sure you don't remember me, though.
No, I don't, because you weren't even
Man, a few
in the
words,
game.
aren't you?
Oh, yeah, you don't even know. Man, a few words. Forgot that joke.
Remember him from Black Mesa? Your old administrator.
I did not either, but okay.
Don't get my dad started on Dr. Breen.
He sucks.
Through here.
Whoa. Dope. Loading.
Funny, you showing up on this day in particular.
Why? 1 second, guys. Alright, we're back. Sorry. Oh, yeah?
We've been helping people escape the city on
You do that
foot.
too, Alex.
It's a dangerous route to my father's lab.
Sorry.
Real canals.
Okay, yeah, that sucks.
Today, we're finally on the verge of having a better way.
How are you? That sounds cool.
Here, let me buy you a drink.
Oh, dude, I'm down. Lambda symbol. Half-Life. Oh, hell. What?
Oh, and by the way...
Whoa!
Nice to finally meet you.
God, that was so cool to me when I was young. It's actually still cool to me. That is like, I love secret entrances and stuff. And nice to meet you, too.
Where did she get to? Lamar, come out of there!
Uh-oh, everything all right, Dr. Kleiner?
Hello.
During long expository scenes such as this one, Val prefers to let the player look and walk around freely, rather than seizing...
Oh my god, sorry. Real shit. Oh no. She'll
If
stop.
I didn't know better, I'd suspect Barney of trapping and... My goodness. Gordon Freeman. It really is you, isn't it?
Yes,
I found him wandering around outside. Bit of a troublemaker, isn't he?
No.
We owe a great deal to Dr. Freeman, even if trouble does tend to follow in his wake.
Yeah, it happens.
I must say, Gordon, you come at a very opportune time.
Yeah,
Alex
G-Man,
has just
all that
installed the final piece for our resurrected teleport.
I can't take any credit for the breakthrough, Doctor.
Nonsense. Your talents surpass your loveliness.
Let's just see if this thing works, okay?
Well, is he here?
Ah!
There you are. Man, Gordon, you stirred up the hive.
This was the first choreographed scene created for Half-Life 2, and was used as a template for similar scenes throughout the rest of the game. Scripts went through many revisions with the aid of feedback from the animators. It was important that the scenes be engaging and interesting for the players watching it, and for the animators creating it. Once the scripts were in the final stages, the lines would be recorded and turned into a radio play. These scenes needed to convince players that the world and characters in it were real and tangible. This was accomplished through visible, physical interactions between different characters, and between the characters and their environment. A handshake or hug between characters, or having someone pick up an in-world object and present it to the player, went a long way toward making Half-Life 2's world appear tangible.
You can't keep him here long, Doc. It'll jeopardize everything we've worked for.
Don't worry, he's coming with me.
That's right, Barney. This is a red letter day. We'll inaugurate the new teleport with a double transmission.
You mean it's working?
That's interesting.
For real this time? Because I still have nightmares about that cat.
No. There's nothing to be nervous about.
What cat?
We've made major strides since then. Major strides.
What cat?
I'm curious too, dude.
Doc, since he's not taking the streets, you might as well get him out of his civvies.
What?
Yeah,
Oh dear, you're right. I almost forgot. Barney,
Right.
I'll give you the honor.
I've got to get back on my ship.
But I broke it.
Uh-oh.
Broke it.
Those who had played the first Half-Life were very impressed with the sparse and primitive dramatic scenes within the game. This positive response inspired Valve to push the boundaries of in-game dramatics in Half-Life 2. In order for the game's characters to be compelling, they needed to have realistic and expressive faces.
Power armor is common among first-person shooters.
Here we go. Ah! Damn it,
That was
get it
pretty
off
funny
me!
because I pressed the thing and pause and
Lamar!
let the
There
head
you
crack
are.
I thought you got rid of that pest.
Certainly not. Never fear, Gordon. She's debeaked and completely harmless. The worst she might
Truly,
do is
I
attempt
believe
to
if this was
couple
how
with
it
your
went
head.
down. And
Fruitlessly.
the implication is that
Get that
Gordon
thing away
has
from
not
me.
aged a day.
Here, my pet.
So like,
Up, up.
I believe he was in stasis.
No,
is my
not
opinion.
up there. No. Careful,
He'd
Lamar.
kill that thing.
Those are quite fragile. Oh, fie.
Oh.
It'll be another week before I can coax her out of there.
Yeah, longer if we're lucky.
Barney, you're not an animal person.
Power armor is common among first-person shooters. Its primary purpose is to provide an
Slip into your
in-world
suit
explanation for important gameplay elements, like why the player can take so many bullets, and the existence of a heads-up display. The HEV suit in particular is useful as it alerts the player of environmental hazards, as well as the current status of Gordon's health.
suit up, Gordon.
Half-Life 2's HEV Mark V appears to be composed mostly of a Kevlar or chainmail-like material, which seems far more realistic than Half-Life 1's rigid and metallic design for the Mark IV. In fact, the Mark V was to be much more flexible,
the longer you
resembling
delay,
a
the
leather
greater the
torture
danger
suit.
to us all.
However, this was inevitably scrapped, presumably due to a
I didn't realize I pressed myself. Dope.
Well, Gordon, I see your HEV
So
suit
cool.
still fits
Black
you
Mesa
like a
did
glove.
really well with
At
theirs,
least
but
the glove
this
parts
one-
do. I've made a few modifications, but I'll just acquaint you with the essentials. Now let's see. The Mark V hazardous environment suit has been redesigned for comfort and utility. Oh dear.
Doc, we don't have time for this.
Known for me.
Meanwhile, let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, girl. Black Mesa shirt? Holy shit, it is. I just stood there for like 5 seconds. So it's thumb up. Weird. But, oh yeah, it's supposed to be all dramatic and shit. My bad, guys. Sci-fi. Kinda. Kinda like a weird.
Gordon, why don't you position yourself near the panel over there and wait for my word?
Gotcha.
Are you there?
Yes, Eli. Bit of a holdup on this end. You'll never guess who found his way into our lab this morning.
That's not who I think it is.
Oh, it is, bro.
Indeed it is, and it's our intention to send him packing straight away in the company of your lovely daughter.
Are you ready for
Stop
us,
hitting on
Dad?
her, dude.
We're all set on this end.
You know,
Then let's do it.
old man.
Let's see, the massless field flux should self-limit, and I've clamped the manifold parameters to zero base and
No one
LT
understands.
orbifold, Hilbert inclusive. Conditions could hardly be more ideal.
That's what you said last time.
That's really cool.
Hey, yeah, about that cat.
Initializing in 3, 2, 1. No,
shit.
fiddlesticks. What now?
luck.
Dear me, you're right. Gordon, would you mind plugging us in?
Bye.
Right there, Gordon.
I know, Alex.
You gonna let Gordon throw the switch?
Gordon, go right ahead.
Okay.
Very good. Final sequence.
You ready, guys? This is pretty cool, actually.
Now.
I can't look.
Well, I don't get why they're not teleporting down. They had it down like this.
Okay.
Every time I see that, it's crazy.
Well, did it work?
No, she's dead.
Hey, Doc.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
It's interesting.
My relief is almost palpable.
I guess that was a Zen ability.
Well, I can't take all the credit. Dr. Freeman proved an able assistant.
Did I?
Let's go ahead and bring Gordon through now.
Right you are. Speak to you again in a few moments.
Good job, Gordon. Throwing that switch and all. I can see your MIT education really pays for itself.
All right, Barney.
Are you being
Your turn.
sarcastic,
Gee,
Barney?
thanks.
Gordon, as soon as you're in position, we'll send you to Eli's.
And not a moment too soon.
Yeah, I guess not. I'm gonna punch you, Barney, for that account.
Excellent. Initializing in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Barney, if you'd be so kind.
Good luck out there, Gordon.
Yes, indeed. We're ready to project you, Gordon. Bon voyage.
Let's do it, dude.
And best of luck in your future endeavors.
You fucked me.
Final sequence.
It's all your fault, Tanner.
What is it?
Is that? Really not the problem.
What's wrong with him? Forget about that thing.
He's coming through, Dad.
What's going on, Judith?
I'm not sure. It seems to be some kind of interference.
Gordon, stay put. We'll get you out of there.
Something's drawing him away.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you?
Kick your ass.
Get in here.
Jumping at you.
Hey, he's back. I'm getting him out of there.
Send us weed into the field. It will peel you apart.
Glad you stopped, Barney, but
I wish I knew. I'm encountering unexpected interference.
Don't worry, Gordon.
There he is. Oh, we're losing him again.
I'm all but certain it was Gordon Freeman.
yeah. What's up? That's creepy.
He didn't come through.
Every time it's scary.
Where is he?
Behind you. Shut it down. Shut it down.
You must
Leaving.
get out of here. Run!
Get down out of sight. I'll come find you.
If I'm taking pictures too, they know where you are now, but whatever.
The teleport sequence you just witnessed served several purposes. It effectively separates Alex and Gordon, alerts Dr. Breen and the Combine of your return as a viable threat, and sets the player off on their journey with a clear goal in mind: reach Black Mesa East. Several instances of content otherwise cut from the game can also be spotted in this scene, such as the barren, sandy wastelands and the ichthyosaur.
Yeah. Ichthyosaur was dope. Yeah. That one just tells me crowbar.
Hey, Gordon.
Yeah.
The Citadel's on full alert. I've never seen it lit up like that. Get out of City 17 as fast as you can, Gordon. Take the old canals, right? They'll get you to Eli's lab. It's a dangerous route, but there's a whole network of refugees, and they'll help you if they can. I'd come with you, but I gotta look after Dr. Kleiner. Oh, and before I forget, I think you dropped this back in Black Mesa.
Gimme.
Good luck out there, buddy. You're gonna need it.
Fuck you, buddy. You're always just film in this game, but... Alright, combat time. 30 minutes in. It's amazing. What? No. You hear that music? Oh shit. That's shooting me. I'm running for train. They suck. Ow. You hear that music? I suck. Bye. Let's sit here and Okay, it's done. So, got no flashlight. Damn it. Root canal. Alright, guys. I'm going to leave this episode here. This will be the first episode of our Half-Life 2 beginnings. This game... Half-Life 1 has a huge place in my heart, of course. But this game I've probably beaten more than any game I've ever played in my life. So sorry if I seem like I'm going fast, because I know it very well. It's kind of part of the commentary reason I have that, because it does slow me down. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. This is Supreme Fuzzler. I hope you guys have a good day, and goodbye.